Today I'm making a really great kebab recipe. It's actually 3 kebabs because we've discovered with all of our testing that if you separate the meat from the vegetables, everything will cook perfectly. And if you put it all together on one kebab, it doesn't cook perfectly. And we want things to be perfect around here. So today's recipe is chicken, bread cube, and tomato kebabs all separate. I'm making an oregano, lemon, olive oil marinade for the chicken and to brush on everything at the end. You need 3 tablespoons of chopped oregano. I have overshot and chopped about 1/3 of a cup, so I am not gonna use it all, but you do wanna make sure that your marinade is very, very flavorful because not all of the flavor is gonna get into the meat and onto the vegetables. I'm just gonna set this aside actually for a second and squeeze some lemons. You need a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. To the 1/4 cup of lemon juice, add 1/2 cup of olive oil. Remember, it's not all gonna get eaten, so don't worry. Then add your oregano, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Stir it together, and that's your marinade. Super duper easy, but really, really flavorful. You're gonna pour about half the marinade over 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. This would also be really good on pork or even seafood. Make sure you save about half your marinade for brushing over all the rest of the stuff at the end. Cover it up with plastic wrap and refrigerate it for at least 8 hours and up to 24 hours before making your skewers. Look at these guys, aren't they huge? I actually really prefer a metal skewer to the wooden skewer because they don't catch on fire and they're reusable, so it's environmentally friendly. My chicken has been marinating for 8 hours. And I'm gonna skewer it and start cooking it. They take about 12 to 15 minutes, so make sure that your timing is correct. And it's important too to make everything the same shape and to put them evenly onto the skewers. If they're crammed together on the skewer, then the pieces where they touch will not cook properly. It's also probably a pretty good idea for everything to be sort of securely on the skewer, so you can double up if you have kind of big pieces, sort of fold them back on each other so that they are securely skewered. All right, time to wash my hands. Get this raw chicken off. And we have a great kebab guide in our July issue, which is free and downloadable on our website and also at iTunes. And you get lots more great ideas, lots more marinades too. I wanna grill these on a medium-high heat. It should take about 12 to 15 minutes. I'm using a grill pan. It's kind of different than a regular grill. The great thing about these metal skewers is that they won't burn, but they do get really hot, so be careful when you're working with them. You want to season those with salt. I could have done that before I put them on, but I didn't, so I'm doing it now. It's very smoky. You don't need to oil your grill because there's plenty of oil in that marinade. And as these cook, when they get closer to being cooked, you'll brush them with fresh marinade, and that'll give it a great, fresh flavor. I'm gonna skewer some tomatoes. Tomatoes are really great on the grill, and they only take a couple of minutes, and they're super fast and easy to skewer. One thing that we also discovered is it's not just about cooking time when you're doing this, it's about the shape of the thing. So if a vegetable is an odd shape, it's not gonna cook properly with something that doesn't have a matching shape. And that's another reason that we decided to separate everything into individual skewers. Time to turn these. They're a little bit awkward to turn. I'm using tongs. That's the only thing. Why are they so awkward? I don't know, they won't move. There we go. Oh my God, those look beautiful. These are cooking really nicely, beautiful char marks. Season this side. I'm gonna brush it with a little bit of the marinade, stir it up, and then brush some over the top. And then when you take them off the grill, do it again. It adds such great, fresh, tangy flavor. Just make sure that when you're doing this, your chicken is cooked enough that you're not cross-contaminating. And the final skewer today is gonna be a bread skewer, which is a little bit unusual, but it's so delicious because there's nothing more delicious than toast, right? So I'm making grilled toast cubes, kind of like a grilled crouton, and it's so delicious. Only takes a couple of minutes. You're gonna love it. I highly suggest you try it. These look like they're getting really close to being done, nice and firm. Turn them a couple times so that every side gets nice and charred. It's nice to sort of pull them apart and just check between the pieces, because remember before I was saying that if they're too close together, they'll be raw in the center, so you want to make sure that that's not happening. These are done, so I'm gonna take them off and put the tomatoes and bread on the grill. Obviously, if you had a real grill, you could do all of these at once. Just time it so that everything comes off at the same time. The great thing about chicken thighs, as opposed to chicken breasts, is they're not gonna dry out as quickly on the grill. But you can certainly use chicken breast if that's your preference. Brush it with a little bit more marinade. Yum. Don't those look good? I'm excited to eat these. Now you can put the rest of your stuff on the grill. I think I can fit all these on at once. This grill is super hot. I have it on medium high, so I bet this stuff will cook really quickly. Be careful with bread, because it can cook/burn before you realize it. Brush these with the marinade too, because these, remember, don't have anything on them yet. Looking good. Take them off before they burn. Everybody's grill is slightly different, so you have to sort of keep an eye on these things as they're cooking and take them off when you feel like they're done. Voila. What I like to do for serving is just take these long skewers and push all the food onto a nice big platter, and then people can come by and serve themselves. If you had made skewers that were individual size, well then you could just serve each person one of each. Pile everything up on a fantastic platter and serve and see what everybody says. Check out this and lots more great ideas for kebabs in our July issue. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe, and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.